Okay, so if we look at this example here, it says read the following. Given the following reaction, so here you have aluminium sulfate plus 6 moles of sodium hydroxide. That will produce 2 moles of aluminium hydroxide plus 3 moles of sodium sulfate. What mass of aluminium hydroxide is produced if 22.7 grams of sodium hydroxide is consumed? So step 1, we find the number of moles of NaOH. Now, in 1 mole of NaOH, you know that Na is 23, you know the oxygen is 16, and hydrogen is 1. So add all of them up, you get 40 grams. What does this mean, 40 grams? If you have 1 mole of sodium hydroxide, you will have 40 grams. Now, what is 1 mole? 1 mole is 6.022 times 10 to the power of 23 of that substance. So if you have 6.022 times 10 to the power of 23 particles of sodium hydroxide, its mass, the total mass, will be 40 grams. Now, the question says 22.7 grams. So because 22.7 grams is less than 40, it's going to be less than 1 mole. And you can see that 22.7 is about half. So you're looking around 50%. So how do you work this out? So you do 22.7 divided by 40, and then that will give you the number of moles. Alternatively, you can work out what 1 gram is. So 1 gram is equal to 0.025 moles, and then you would times that by 22.7. So on the calculator, you should get 22.7 divided by 40, and you do get 0.5675. So that part is correct. Step 2, ratio. So if you look at this part here, so the ratio here is 6, and because the question says what mass of that is produced if 22.7 grams of sodium hydroxide. So we are only focusing on this and this. So focusing on this and this. If you look at the numbers in front here, you got 6 and 2. So this reaction, because you've got 6 moles of sodium hydroxide, 2 moles of this will be formed. So you're looking at the ratio of 6 to 2. So that's why it says here, step 2, ratio is 6 to 2, and you can simplify this by dividing both sides by 2, you get 3 to 1. Now the question is asking what mass of aluminium hydroxide. So we've worked out the number of moles of 22.7 sodium hydroxide, and that was 0.5675. So here is 0.5675 moles, and we've got to divide by 3 to get this amount, because the ratio is 6 to 2. So we divide that by 3. So this is already on the calculator. So we've got 0.5675. We divide that by 3, and you get 0.1892. And that is what you have here. So that matches. If we scroll down, so now, sorry, let's just go back up. We went down too quickly. So we divided it by 3. And then this is the number of moles for the aluminium hydroxide. So now that we have the number of moles of aluminium hydroxide, we need to convert 1 mole of aluminium hydroxide into grams. So to do that, you've got the chemical formula, aluminium, and you've got 3 oxygens and 3 hydrogens. So aluminium is 27, oxygen is 16, and hydrogen is 1. Now the 3 outside the brackets where it says OH inside, you times whatever's inside by 3. So 16 plus 1 is 17. 17 times 3 gives you 51. And then 51 plus 27 should give you 78. So can you see it's not 68? That was incorrect, but the answer is 78. So now that we have 1 mole in grams, and we've got that number of moles, we times the number of moles by the number of grams per mole. So because before that was 68, I've changed it to 78. That was incorrect. So when we multiply 78 grams by 0.189167, you should get 14.755 grams.